Hello everyone, James S. Cassidy here, and actually, you know what? I'm not going to do the end blog this time. Instead, I just want to talk to you. You, the Naruto fan. I don't care if you're Narasaku, Narahina, Sasusaku. I just want to talk to you. One Naruto fan to another. Take off the parent goggles, because I'm taking off mine. I'm throwing them away. I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you as one fan from another, because we are fans, right? We both love this manga. We both read this manga. We both enjoy the moments that this manga has. Sure, we have our differences such as pairing choice, but, in the end, we're no different. But there is a difference, isn't there? Yes, there is a difference. Or should I say, a similarity that makes us different, in a way. And that is double standards. It is a difference that is so much the same with among us. Because we all have a double standard. We all view one thing one way and not the other. And the sad part is, instead of reading the story as it was written by Kishimoto, you're trying to read the story as you want it to be. And the thing is, it's not your story. I want you to get this through your head right now. It's not your story. Things are not going to happen because you want it to happen. And this could be for anybody. And you need to accept that. This is how Kishimoto wrote the story. And you gotta let him write the story that he wants to tell. And it will be a much better story for it. Stop accusing each other of being blind. Stop accusing each other of, not seeing the truth. Stop accusing each other of all this crap when you are doing it the same. When you are no different. In fact, some of you are even worse. And you know who you are. Or you don't, because you refuse to see that. But I know you are out there. I see the comments every single day on Twitter, and Tumblr, and DeviantArt. I see them. I read them. And it's pathetic. It really is. The arguments that I see are pathetic. And you guys are pathetic for coming up with them. And what am I talking about? Well, here, I'll give an example for each one. Narasaku fans, you have to stop thinking that Sakura is always going to be there when she isn't. There are going to be moments where Sakura can't be by Naruto's side. Or someone else is going to be there. You have to accept that. And just because Sakura doesn't show up does not mean that Kishimoto has forgotten her. It just means that he's going to use her for something else. He's going to use her for a situation that better suits her. This is especially true for moments that has nothing to do with her. If it's about Hashirama and Madara, of course Sakura is not going to be there. But I see constant Narasaku fans constantly saying that Sakura isn't there, this manga is crap. No, you can't read it like that. Narahina fans, stop saying the Narasaku people are blind to the events that have occurred, because you are just as fucking blind. You are just as blind to these incidents just as much as they are. Possibly even more. Yes, I said it. You are more blind. I don't even know how that's even possible, but you are more blind to these events than the Narasaku fans are. And how do I know this? Because you sit here and deny them through your teeth that these scenes aren't scenes, that it's just platonic, it's just this, it's just that. Yeah, tell me again how platonic it is when you're sitting here replacing Hinata in those scenes for Sakura. And that's the problem. You guys think, well, if it's Sakura in the scene, it's platonic, but if it's Hinata in the scene, it's complete love. Bullcrap. That's really, really bullcrap. It really, really is. And I wish you guys would stop it. I wish you guys would stop lying to yourselves all the time. And don't you sit here and tell me that I'm the one lying to myself, because I know I read the crap you guys post. And some of the stuff, not all of you Narahina fans are like this. I will say there are some of you that I have talked to that are willing to admit that things are not in your favor, that actually accepts scenes as not as platonic, that can be seen as something more. But most of you don't. You just want to sit here and think it's all about you. It's all about Hinata. You have to accept things as they are. I could keep going with all the facts against Hinata, but you know what? I've said them millions of times already. I'm not going to repeat them anymore. And you wouldn't accept them anyway. So I'm not even going to bother. I'm just going to say that you guys are the worst of the bunch when it comes to double standards. We all do it, but you're the worst. You are absolutely the worst. Sasusaku fans? Yeah, you guys are blind too. But you guys are blind in a different sense. Instead of looking at what is right now, you're stuck in part 1. You're stuck at looking at this manga as it was in part 1. You still think Sasuke is in love with Sakura, even though he has had absolutely no remorse or feeling for her at all. Yeah, in part 1, he sort of saved her because she was a teammate, but that doesn't mean love. That doesn't mean anything. What about Naruto saving Sakura's life from Gaara? Sasuke didn't care. He didn't care about Sakura, he cared about the battle, he cared about the fight. Naruto cared about Sakura. He fought Gaara to save Sakura's life. And he told Gaara, I refuse to let anybody bully anybody else. But you guys don't see that. In part 2, he's even worse. He treats Sakura like crap. Even worse than he did in part 1. He attempts to kill her. He doesn't give a crap about it. Doesn't even try to save her. Doesn't care. And he admits it several times. I don't really care what you guys think of me. But you don't want to admit it. You're still stuck with this part 1 Sasuke who has these hidden feelings that don't exist. And then you forget about Karen, who's also in love with him. Who's madly in love with him to the point that she's willing to go to the ends of the earth for him. And you refuse to acknowledge her existence. You also think that Sakura is still fangirling over Sasuke, even when many a times in this part 2, she's done the exact opposite. She hasn't fangirled over him at all. And you want to think, well, if Sakura knew this, if Sakura knew that. No. 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 It's stupid. It really is. And I'm going to discuss this more in the podcast, but right now, this double standard needs to stop. It really does. From one Naruto fan to another, it needs to stop. And it's crap. I want us to be Naruto fans again. I want us to care more about the story than we do about our own pairing choice. Because that's why I became a Narasaku fan. I used to be a Narahina fan. I really did. I used to care about it. I've said this millions of times on the podcast if you haven't listened to it. I said it all the time. I used to be a Narahina fan. Why did I change? Because I read the story for what it is, not because of my pairing choice. Because I wanted to read the story as it is and the development that foretold. Because I like stories with development. I like pairings getting together and becoming canon after long roads of trials and them trying so hard to love each other, or trying so hard, or one guy trying to win over the heart of another girl, and only for them to get together in the end because his work finally pays off. I like those kind of stories. I do. And that's the kind of story that Narasaku is. He's a guy trying to win over a girl's heart any means necessary, but he soon learns that there's more to it than just getting what you want. Being in love with somebody is about caring about them, their needs. And you all know this. You all know this. Sasasaka fans, you keep bringing up that thank you scene with Sakura, saying she was willing to do anything to keep Sasuke staying at the village, even take revenge for him. Narahina fans, you keep bringing up Hinata always willing to do anything for, Naruto. Naruto's willing to do anything for Sakura. Is that not love? Oh yeah, I forgot. For Narasaku, it's platonic, right? It's a brother and sister thing, a teammate thing, Yeah, that's what I thought. See, that's the double standard right there. That's another double standard that people keep saying, and I'm tired of it. It's love when it comes from these characters, but it's brother and sister when it comes to Narasaku. Come on, really? You're really gonna be that in much denial? When does it stop? When does the arguments stop? Maybe never, I guess, but maybe I'm just hoping that this stupidity just stops. I don't care what pairing you like. I don't care if you like Narahina better than Narasaku. That's fine. You can like them. I'm not saying you can't. I'm just saying that if you're just going to say that I'm delusional because I like Narasaku, get out. Just stop reading the manga. Write your own version of the story. Write your own fan fiction of the story if you don't like it. Because it's crap. You're not reading the story that Kishimoto wants to tell you. You're reading the story that you want to read. I don't know what I could say. I don't know what can be said. Because it's just horrible. All I know is that from one Naruto fan to another, you are a disappointment. You throw around double standards like nothing. And I know you're probably going to bring up the podcast and all the times I made fun of Hinata and blah 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 blah. And what you don't know is that it's all an act. It's a play. You know? A persona that I put on to make it funny. To make people laugh. People do it all the time. Actors do it all the time. Comedians do it all the time. I know, big secret, right? I wish you guys just stop this. I hope one day we all can grow up and just finally just stop accusing each other of double standards. Stop being these babies and stop lying to each other because it's horrible. It really is. I'm Jason S. Cassidy saying, well, till next time.